Well, if the hook is so good and you're able to slide it in on the side without hurting the patient, why don't you just slide it in all the way? That would be somewhat dangerous, because I'm not sure where the eardrum is, or I don't know how shallow or deep the ear canal is. So typically an ear canal will be, anything from 25 to 30 centimeters long. It varies hugely, but sometimes they can come really shallow, sometimes they can come really long. And what you definitely don't want to do is just kind of shove the hook in blindly and just keep on shoving it, because you might hit the eardrum. And whilst that probably wouldn't be, an instant perforation or anything like that, it certainly would be disaster, particularly if you shoved the hook in and then the tip of the hook got embedded somewhere, and then you can't, you yank it out, and, the patient finds that painful, and then you have a hook stuck in there, which would be a complete disaster. So I only tend to shove the hook in maybe a few millimeters, just enough to get me purchase on the debris that I can see. So we never go in blind. Back in with the suction again, just teasing the wax plug here. And some of you may be wondering, how could this have happened? Was it his earpiece? I don't think so. The earpiece that he wears, which is connected to a radio, goes over the ear. So he's not necessarily inserting anything inside the ear. But how has this happened? Well, it's difficult to say. He didn't report any cotton bud usage, which is the first thing that I suspected. But he did admit to sort of shoving his finger in his ear from time to time. That could have been the case. In terms of how this has happened, a really good video to watch actually is the 5 reasons not to clean your ear video, which I did earlier, and I'll link it down in the description box below. But essentially there are many different reasons why you might get this hard earwax plug. The primary reason that people get it is because it's been, the wax has been smushed backwards and compacted. The other reason is it's dry. So you have sebaceous glands in your ear canal, just like you have sebaceous glands on your scalp, for example, which secrete this kind of oily, fatty substance. And if those are underactive, or you've shoved the wax deep down in the ear and you've pushed the wax away from those glands, and they're only in the first third of the ear canal, then the wax will dry out and get hard and crusty. That may have been what's happened here. And we can tell that the wax, it's probably been pushed down because of the colour of it. So obviously there's some nice yellow orange bits there. But a lot of the debris is actually very, very dark, almost black, and that's a sign that it's old. So I rather suspect that at some point he's jabbed something in his ear that's pushed the wax down, it's compacted,